Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see all of you this morning. I know that there has been a lot of uncertainty in the world the past few days. So I hope that by the end of this meeting, we can help clarify some of the uncertainty, alleviate some of it on the work front at least. The agenda is that I plan to just kind of give a quick overview of everything happening in the world and how it pertains to our company, and then provide you with our company's crisis management plan. So, as you probably know by now, the world is currently under attack by extraterrestrial beings. So the U.S. Secretary of Defense determined that the COVID-19 pandemic was the onset of these attacks in a sort of biological warfare. And as humans began to adapt and overcome the pandemic and we developed vaccines for it and things of that nature, the extraterrestrial population switched their tactic and started engaging in environmental warfare. So the environmental warfare currently is taking place through the use of asteroids, manipulating asteroids and manipulating NASA satellites and things like that. So that is where we currently are. As you know, the government issued a 10-day stay-at-home order 9 days ago. So tomorrow will be the last day of that. And I'm sure we're all wondering where we go from here. So that is what this meeting will address. Let me share my screen with y'all. All right. So the current situation right now is that NASA has initiated the Double Asteroid Redirection Act to deflect asteroids being used by extraterrestrials in environmental warfare. This started out as the Double Asteroid Redirection Test in October of last year, but currently that has been thrown into full effect and it is being used to deflect asteroids. This is currently working at about an 86% effectiveness rate, which means that 14% of asteroids are still able to enter the Earth's atmosphere and they're doing some damage. All extraterrestrial attacks thus far have been aimed at large corporate buildings in heavily populated public urban areas. So they're targeting places that they anticipate a large human population would be in. One of our 4 distribution centers was destroyed by one of these attacks. Fortunately, because of the 10-day government stay-at-home order, there were no casualties at the distribution center. So we are very thankful that none of our work family members were hurt in this tragedy. Currently, we are speculating that this equals about $15 million in damages for our company. And this would just be structural damages. Since nobody has actually been able to get inside the building yet, we haven't been able to assess what supply was in there and how it damaged our product, how much damage monetary we have for our product that was inside. We do anticipate that this will lead to a moderate disruption in our product supply chain, which we hope to address with our current crisis management plan. So our crisis management response right now is that all non-essential personnel will continue working remotely. So what we're defining as non-essential at this time is employees that are not required to be at a distribution center. So if your normal day-to-day job was not at a distribution center, then currently you are not considered an essential personnel. So you will continue to work remotely. We know that there are a lot of changes happening in the world right now. Spouses, family members are being deployed. Schools are shutting down. So there's a lot that's happening in our home lives right now. And in order to compensate for that a bit, we are going to start providing 1 additional vacation day per pay period. So hopefully that will allow our employees to accrue more time in case it's needed somewhere down the line. Only 1 of our 3 remaining distribution centers is located in a rural area. So in order to offset some of the hazard that will be the only distribution center we operate at this time. We plan to increase our security presence at this distribution center by 85%. And all current distribution center employees, so no matter which one you worked at, you will have the option to work at our remaining distribution center. And if you choose not to, then you will also have the option to be relocated to another position within the company that would be considered non-essential to where you could stay at home. So if you do choose to continue working at the distribution center, we know that there is risk involved. Like I said, since we're moving to the rural distribution center, we're hoping to minimize that risk, but there is still risk involved. So since if you choose to continue working at the distribution center, you will receive an additional hazard pay bonus each pay period to compensate you for the risk that you are taking. In order to sort of recuperate some of the monetary loss we have from only operating one distribution center and our destroyed distribution center, our remaining distribution center will operate 24/7. Now, if you were unfamiliar, we were operating on a 12-hour day, but we are going to double that and operate 24/7. This will also hopefully regulate the supply chain, since we won't be able to operate to supply as much as we normally would. We hope that this will help regulate a little bit, because it would basically be the essence of us having two distribution centers instead of just the one. Now, we know that there are significant changes that are happening in homes right now. So if you are somebody who is working at one of these distribution centers, please know that you will not be required to work both nights and days. So we will give you the option to pick which rotation you're on, and you'll have the option to change this quarterly, so with each fiscal quarter. So we know, unless something drastic changes, but in the meantime, of course, but this will hopefully help give us a more set schedule, and it will help cater to the individual needs of those that are in the distribution centers. So we currently do not anticipate any employee cuts. So that is the big news that we're very excited to share. But in order to do this, we are going to have to make changes to our current employee insurance policy. So currently the company pays 100% of the employee insurance premium, and that is going to cut to 85%. So across the board, employees will have to pay 15% of what their insurance premium will be each month. This will come out of your salary for the month, just like a regular deduction would. So the 15% across the board that would no longer be going into the insurance fund is going to be redirected into the employee salary budget. That way we hopefully can help keep our team members not cut for as the foreseeable future. Now, since this is considered a big change, we will give you the option to opt out of these insurance benefits. So you will have until July 1st, right around 30 days, to opt out and no longer be insured by the company, but you will have to indicate this in UltiPro by July 1st. So if you don't indicate this, then you won't be able to change until the next open enrollment period, which will be in September. So we don't plan for any changes to happen in the dependent and spousal insurance policies. So right now your deductions would stay the same. So it would just be a 15% change in your personal insurance benefit premium. So we hope that all of this together will help show you how valuable you are to us as a person and how much we value you as a member of our company. I appreciate all of you being here today, and I'm now open for questions.